Former President Donald Trump is remaining defiant after appearing in a federal appeals court today in Washington, D.C.
And during the hearing, the judges seemed skeptical of Mr. Trump's claim that he's immune from charges that are related to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The former president reacting after leaving the courtroom.
I think it's very unfair when a political opponent, is prosecuted by the DOJ, by Biden's DOJ. It's the opening of a Pandora's box, and that's a very sad thing that's happened with this whole situation. When they talk about threat to democracy, that's your real threat to democracy. And I feel that as a president, you have to have immunity.
NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dateline is tracking this for us. Ken, when it comes to the question of immunity, just set the scene for us. Walk us through the arguments that now both sides are making.
Well, Morgan, President Trump is making a rather profound and dramatic argument, which is essentially, as boiled down by one of the judges on the three-judge panel, a president can order Navy SEAL Team 6 to assassinate his political opponent and not be prosecuted for that unless he is first impeached. That essentially was the argument made by Donald Trump's lawyer today. And as you said, it was greeted with a lot of skepticism, both by the two Democratic appointees and the judge appointed by George H.W. Bush. It is not it's not the normal legal thinking in this country. Ever since Gerald Ford pardoned Richard Nixon after Watergate under the presumption that Richard Nixon could be prosecuted after he left office for the Watergate crimes, it's been the perception and the thought process that there are some things the former president could be prosecuted for. Now, the judges and even special counsel Jack Smith's lawyers agree that there might be some other things that are valid points of presidential immunity. For example, wartime acts. A president orders a drone strike that's controversial, kills civilians. You wouldn't want to have a local prosecutor bringing murder charges against the president in that instance. But in the instance of former President Trump, or then President Trump, pressuring local officials trying to overturn an election, there's some dispute as to whether those are even presidential acts. Jack Smith's office arguing they are certainly not immune from prosecution.
Ken, when do we think the judges could issue a decision? And when they do, obviously it's going to trigger an automatic appeal. What's the timeline for that?
Yeah, so this appeals court is hearing this on an expedited basis. So if the past is any guide, they will turn this around rather quickly, maybe in a couple of weeks. And then the question becomes, how quickly does it get appealed to the Supreme Court? Does the Supreme Court agree to take the case? And if it does, then when do arguments get scheduled? When is it heard? When can they turn around a ruling? So all of that is up in the air and has real consequences for whether this case can get to trial on time in March.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.